guys, so today I'm here to share a scrapbook and project life process video with you. The project life was so small, so I decided to do that together with my scrapbook layout. These pages belong together in my scrapbooking album. I'm using the Maggie Holmes Gather collection for these pages because of the ballerinas. I think a lot of us struggle with the ballerinas, and when I went to this dance, play with a friend, I immediately knew which collection I wanted to use to document this memory. It was a beautiful rehearsal. It was amazing and so emotional, and I really loved it. And so I'm just playing around with my papers here right now to figure out what I want. My scrapbooking has been on the back burner right now, and this layout was a layout I made. Well, there was quite some time between the Project Live layouts and the scrapbook layouts I did before, so I really had to get into the groove again. Like, I felt a bit rusty, and especially since I had set my idea on using the ballerinas as much as I can, it was quite hard for me. So now I decided on my papers from the 6x6 pad, and I just got it to size and to glue the ticket on. I keep it quite simple with the Project Live layouts. Of course, I need to do my doodly border with the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen in S. You know me, I need to do the doodly border on everything, on my Project Live, on everything. So that is what I'm doing here. Yeah, so it has been quite a while that I did some Project Live or scrapbooking. And so you're going to see me think a lot about what I want to do. So I thought it would be fun if I would journal around the edges. I saw Inky Quilt do this, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. So that is my journaling. On the pictures you see the screen that we saw before the show started and our dinner, because we had a fantastic dinner before the dance show. And I'm using the Reset Girl tiny word stickers. I don't know how they call them, but they're from Simple Stories, and I love these. I think this is one of the first times that I used them, so I'm reading quite a lot of phrases to get a feel of what's in there. Of course, there are a lot of planner related phrases, but there are also a lot of generic phrases, and I really love that they're kind of cream vintagey style. So just remember that everything I use, from the stickers to the thickers to the ephemera, is from the Gather collection from Maggie Holmes. I have a lot of this collection, and I love crepe paper, as most of you know. So that is what I used for these layouts, my Project Live layout and my scrapbooking layout. So this is a folder that I grabbed at the play, and I thought it would be a perfect photo for 12x12 layout. So you don't always have to use photos. I love to use this folder. The photo on the front is amazing, and I think it will capture my memory just perfectly. So I cut it down a little bit because it's quite big. It's quite a big folder, and then I have more room for paper layers and embellishing, because we all know we love embellishing and putting paper layers in there. And now I'm going through the 12x12 pack. I think I use a lot of my scraps, which is good. So I think I'm going to post this for Heba, my little journal, her challenge. That is Scrap My Scraps. Because I used a ton of my scraps. I did use some new 12x12 papers, but I did use a lot of my scraps. So if you guys are interested in playing along with her challenge, go over to Instagram, post your page, and hashtag Scrap My Scraps. I think I will do that too. She has some awesome layouts, especially on her traveler's notebook. I will link my little journal down below, so you can check out her channel. And I'm just going through everything to pick out some things that I think I want to use to get a bit of a feel for my page, color-wise, and with embellishments, what do I have. And as you see, of course, I'm picking the ballerina out there because I think that's just perfect. I went to a dance show, so the ballerina is perfect. And now I'm mainly using my scraps. So I missed a white border around the, well, I'm going to call it a photo. I missed a white border around the photo, so I just took a piece of cardstock and I'm matting my photo on that, so it stands out a little bit more on all the patterns, because the black is quite black, of course. And I think this brightens it up a little bit, and it matches really nice with the letters because they're white. So now I'm taking this scrap piece and I'm loving the colors in this. I know I'm covering a lot of the florals, but I really want to make a dent in my stash, and especially in my scraps, because they're just laying around there. So I'm just sticking this down as an extra layer, and I'm ripping it with my ruler to give it a more organic feel. And I will also do that for the music paper, pattern paper, on all 3 sides. So this is the moment where I'm going to think, but the big ballerina paper, I want to use that, what to do with it? So I'm just keeping the 2 big pattern papers on my desk to see what it would look like. I take another scrap piece and I'm putting that behind my photo. I find it a lot easier to layer with scraps than with 12x12 papers or 6x6 papers that are like whole, because I feel like I can ruin the paper and maybe I want to use a bigger piece later on. So I really enjoy using my scraps for this. And now I'm just putting a teeny tiny bit of tape in the middle of my picture and put it on this wood grain paper to see if I want to layer it with the ballerinas, and that is what I'm going to do. So I just measured how big the ballerinas are, like the strip, and I'm going to cut my paper to size. I'm going to cut off, I believe, I don't know how many inches on all the sides to get this really nice square in the middle. And then I missed some black. So I'm going through my papers and I find this black piece, but I just didn't, there was too much white in there, I don't know. It just didn't fit, and then I remembered I had this paper in my stash. I believe it's from Action. So it is mostly black with a little bit of white, and I thought that it would fit perfectly with the photo that I picked to scrap. And now I'm contemplating, I want to have a border around the wood grain, but I also want to have it around my picture. How I'm going to fix this problem. So I'm going to cut my paper to size for the wood grain, and after that I'm going to gut the paper, which means I'm going to cut a square out of it, and I will use that square to map my photo on again. And this is a brilliant technique to do if you want to use one paper more. It's just to cut out the center and you can use it somewhere else on your layout or for another project. So now that I gutted the paper, I am going to stick it down to my wood grain paper. Hello, Coda. Coda is just joining me for the voiceover, so if you hear him, I'm sorry. I'm just sticking it down with paper. I like to do sticking one side first and then peel off the rest of the tape, so I know it's straight and it doesn't stick everywhere before I want it to stick. And I really like this look. I'm happy I picked this paper, and now I'm going to mat this photo on the paper. I'm doing the same. I'm just sticking it down. I use a lot of tape because I don't want that to fall off, and I'm just sticking it down right now on the beautiful roses paper. So I thought it was a bit long, so I'm going to trim off a little bit so it makes a more compact look, and I really enjoy this. Of course, I need to put on some doilies. You guys know I love doilies. 2 was a bit too much, I think. I think I didn't do the second one. And now I'm going to play around with my embellishments. Or I didn't do a doily. I didn't do a doily. What? So I decided on the placement of my photo, and I'm going to stick it down. At first I was a bit hesitant with everything, but after a while I just decided to go for it. I just stick things down what I like, and I will see what it brings me. And eventually I'm really happy with this layout. It's totally different from what I did before, so I'm really liking it. And I did use the papers I wanted to use, because I don't know when I will ever use a ballerina paper again in my scrapbooking. So I was just peeling off the plastic from the acetate piece, and now I'm going to build up my layers with some embellishments. So here are my thinking hands again. Is this what I like? I think I like this, and I start to stick everything down. Of course it will never be the same as you put it down there at the first time, but I'm not really bothered by that. I'm just so happy I got to use the things I wanted to use, and I don't know, I think the embellishments really brightened it up a little, and yeah, I think I'm really happy with this particular layout. So I'm going to grab some glue for the chipboard pieces, because they don't stick, simply just don't stick. They fall off. It's horrible. So I'm going to put on some extra glue to make sure that they will stay secured and they don't fall off when they are in the page protector. And I'm just going to add some tiny bits and pieces around where I feel that it's fit, but I think this is the whole layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it has been a long time since I did a scrapbook or a project life layout. I'm taking a more relaxed look at things, and I don't pressure myself with that I have to do it. It's for fun. I love the memory keeping part, but for me it's all about the fun and being creative. And well, if I miss a couple of months, then I miss a couple of months. That's not a big deal. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!